Hey everyone, Daniel Ramsey here with MyOutDesk. I'm really excited. The topic for our talk today is a 7-figure roadmap, and I'm going to break that down for everyone in the room. And then we're going to talk about what a virtual professional is. That's really what we do. We help companies grow and provide leverage. So those are the 3 topics. If you stay and listen and engage, you're going to actually learn with us today. And I always like to start with a story, and my story is pretty simple. I'm a real estate broker in California, and back in 2009, I got married. Come on, guys. Yes. All the women are like, that's right, we locked another one. So I'm on my honeymoon, and maybe you guys can relate to this, but I'm on my honeymoon. We're in Guatemala, one of the most beautiful resorts in South America. It's a Francis Ford Coppola resort. We do the hike, and we're seeing Tikal and all these awesome ruins. And I'm at the bar at 2 in the morning closing a transaction while my wife is sleeping on my honeymoon. Has anybody worked on vacation? How about on your honeymoon? No, that's right. I'm the world's worst offender. So 2 things happened after that event. 2 things happened. First, the bartender in the resort started to get to know me, because I'd come in around 11 or 12 when my wife would fall asleep, and then I'd start working. That last night he started making fun of me in Spanish. And if you've ever heard somebody making fun of you in Spanish, it's like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. And I speak a very little amount of Spanish, so I wasn't really sure what was going on. But at that moment, I had this epiphany about business and life. I wanted a family, and I knew that I couldn't continue to do this, because what I was doing is I was robbing myself of freedom, time freedom. I mean, vacation is a time for enjoying, especially a honeymoon. So when we got back, I rededicated myself to this concept of leverage, because I knew what was happening is the folks in my office, they couldn't close them without me. I was the guy that had to do the negotiation. I was the guy that had to finish the paperwork, and I couldn't close the deals. I just couldn't rely on the people in my office. So at that moment, we shifted our entire business, and we created this thing called the 7-figure roadmap. Basically what that is, there's 3 types of businesses. And it's a really simple thing, and you should really write this down, because if you own a business, this is the whole impactful thing, right? So there's the I businesses. How many in the room, with a show of hand, are a single solopreneur doing all the work themselves? Raise your hand. I love looking around like that. So that's the first step. And what's beautiful, and there's nothing wrong with that, but what's beautiful about that step is that it's really profitable, right? You hunt and you kill, and then you get to eat. It's an awesome place to be. I mean, and I've been there. I love that world, right? But the challenge is everything is on you. And sometimes that can be hard, right? So the next stage is the we do it stage. That's where you have a small team. A couple of admins, maybe a marketing person, maybe a salesperson in some instances, right? So show of hands in the room, how many people are in the we do it, meaning you've got a team. Raise them higher, because it's a much smaller. Okay, that's good. This guy's like, yeah, that's me over here. I like it. And the last is the they do it, meaning you, the business runs without you, right? And you're just at home collecting checks. Well, after being in Guatemala, in that beautiful place, getting made fun of by that bartender, he took a picture, by the way, and I have it. It's a cool picture. I came back and dedicated the next 2 years to building a they business. So we were number 14 in our market, which is pretty, amazing, considering there's several thousand competitors in the area that I'm from. And within 2 years, we built a they business. Basically, my wife and I moved to South America. We both wanted to learn Spanish. We both wanted to have that time freedom where you could choose. And the reality is that path from where you are today to a they business is not that difficult, even if you're an I business to a we business. So what we've done at MyOutDesk is we've broken down that path to 6 different stages. Each of those stages have 3 to 5 core challenges that will help you realize what you need to add to your business to go to the next level. So last year, one of my businesses, we have 3, one of my businesses I got to sell for $2.5 million. I'm not telling you that to pat myself on the back. I'm simply telling you that this process is like proven, like I did it and you can too, right? So what is a virtual professional? Anybody have any ideas? No, this is great. We get to educate the whole room. So we're rebranding the concept of a virtual assistant to a virtual professional. And I told you earlier we're going to talk about Dodd-Frank. Anybody know that legislation, what's going on, and how it's wrecking the banking world, and CEOs are scared? Yes, we've got a couple people. But here's what it really did. And this is what's cool about 2018. It's like it's never been like this before. Large corporations, Honeywell is an example, they had to disclose what their CEO is making compared to the average worker. And this is a phenomenal thing because at Honeywell, the CEO makes 323 times their average worker. And if you think, like I got some eyebrows raised here, right? And what's happening with this disclosure is people are saying, whoa, wait. The reason is most of our people are offshore. And so for the first time, and prior in our history, companies would disclose how many people were out of the US voluntarily. However, this law makes it required that every publicly traded company disclose exactly the difference between their average worker and their CEO, which is a cool thing. So here's what we've learned. In the last 5 years, the US economy has put on 10 million jobs. And this is just one economist's measure. So I love all the other disclosures. I was listening to the last, and they were like, I'm not an attorney, I'm not an economist. So that's my disclosure. I'm definitely not an economist. But we've put on 10 million jobs in the last 5 years. Now here's something that we've never known until right now. Of those 10 million, 60%, so 6 million jobs for US large corporations were actually added overseas. And here we are as medium and small business owners not really taking advantage of virtual professionals, meaning people in other countries who are hungry, who want to work hard. I like to say what we do is we export the American dream to the rest of the world. And here's the beautiful thing. Virtual professionals, you can actually find somebody who's a marketing consultant. You can find somebody who's a sales animal, like just crazy pounding the phones every single day, adding more sales, more revenue to your business. If you don't like paperwork, I don't know about you, but I hate paperwork. I can barely pay attention to like one sheet of paper. And you know, some of the transactions we close, they're hundreds of sheets, right? If you don't like paperwork, guess what? You can hire an operations person to handle 100% of your paperwork. Now, we happen to be in the Philippines, and we happen to be 10 years old. So we're not up here. I really did start this before, and this has been a main part of what we've done. We've helped over 4,000 large companies grow. So we've had 4,000 clients, 10 years, and most of you in this room have never heard of a virtual professional. You've never heard of the opportunity of leveraging your business in another country. And here's what we're really doing. It's simply currency arbitrage. And that's a big word. I'm not an economist again. But what it means is if you want a Coke in the Philippines, if you want a Coke in Southeast Asia, it costs you 25 to 50 cents. That same Coke here costs $2. And that's all we're doing. We're going to find somebody who over there wants to buy Coke and is willing to trade our Coke for their Coke at the same rate. Does that make sense? I got some nods here. Now, what's cool about virtual professionals, I told you guys the 3 categories that we support, right? So sales, operations or administrative tasks, and marketing. But here's how to get started, because I want to make sure that you guys walk away with some sort of a framework to start the question. When I was the I person, when I was doing everything myself, I did this thing. It's called the sticky challenge. Have anybody heard of the sticky challenge yet? No? Good. Okay, that's 2 things. And here's how it works. You take a stack of stickies and you just record everything that you do all day long. Everything that you do all day long. And you do that for a couple weeks consecutively. And what happens is you have an epiphany about what you do every single day to drive your company's growth. I've got a good friend, her name's Cody. I was speaking at another conference, I think it was last year in October, and she was the keynote speaker. And I just loved her. I loved her share. She was really authentic. I mean, she actually made some folks cry, and after she spoke, I just came over to her and I introduced myself. I'm like, hi, I'm Daniel. And we talked for almost 2 hours. Now, what I love about Cody is her business is in South America. And so since I lived there, we had a lot to talk about. And it turns out Cody was saying, hey, I'm overworked. Hey, I don't take vacations. I don't like how I feel right now in my business. She's been in business for 7 years, and we started a coaching relationship. We just started talking about, hey, what would it take to get your business to the next level? Now, Cody is different. Like, Cody is a crazy, awesome. She has hundreds of millions of dollars under management for South America countries. So she'll go to Peru or Argentina and get the country to invest in her funds that are here in the US. And she was at the top. I mean, she's at the top of her game. And she says, Daniel, I don't enjoy my job anymore. And I asked the simple question, well, what do you do all day? Like, that's what the sticky challenge is. It's just, what do you do all day? And so for 2 weeks, I said, hey, just trust me. Carry a stack of stickies around, and you write down. And here's another thing to write down right now as we're talking. Write down the difference between a dollar productive activity and a non-dollar productive activity. And just record those two different things. So she walked around for 2 weeks with in her pockets a stack of stickies, and she wrote it down. And she says, Daniel, after a couple days of doing this, she says, Daniel, I have no idea what I'm doing, but it's kind of fun. I was like, all right, well, let's see how it turns out. So after 2 weeks of doing it, she's an overachiever, so she collated all of her sticky notes into an Excel spreadsheet, broke them out into different categories, and then sent it to me and said, I cannot believe it. Here's what she found out. Now, she nets millions of dollars every year. Here's what she found out. She says, Daniel, I only spend 37% of my day on dollar productive activities. I don't have an assistant. I realize I'm the primary salesperson for 4 countries in South America, and I shouldn't be the primary salesperson because that's somebody that I can hire and I can leverage out. So the sticky challenge is all about figuring out who do you need to get to the next stage of your business. And that's what the 7-figure agent roadmap is all about. Regardless of what your business is, regardless of where you are, if you're an I, a we, or a they, it doesn't really matter. It's having that awareness of figuring out what am I doing every day, and am I loving what I'm doing? So I've got a gift for all of you guys. The sticky challenge, there's actually a process, and I have a little write-up and some flyers and all that good stuff, right? This guy's, the time guy's nodding his head saying, hey, this is good, I like it. So here, write this down. If you text MODVP to 555-888, we're going to send you exactly how to move forward with a virtual professional. We're going to get you a free consultation going through this roadmap and show you the next stage really isn't that hard. There's usually just 3 to 5 challenges to go from where you are today to netting $1 million. So that concludes my talk, and now I'd love to hear questions. We've got a lot of questions and a lot of people. I'm repeating. I like those questions. Okay, so it's MODVP, M-O-D-V-P, Virtual Professional, and the number is 555-888. And what you're going to do when you get that is you're going to talk to me or our team. You're going to basically text that number to us. We're going to get your cell phone. We're going to schedule a free consultation where we'll take you through the roadmap. We'll show you exactly what the step-by-steps are. Like, there's 6 stages, and each stage has a different level of challenge, regardless if you're in the I or the we or the they. There was a couple theys in the room, which is cool. So yeah, questions, guys. I really appreciate your time. This has been fun. What do we got? I'm early. You like that?
You're doing great.
I know. Yeah, we got one. Okay.
Is there a membership fee and is there a monthly charge?
Yeah, so think of us as her question was, is there a membership fee or is there a monthly charge? If you text the number, it's 100% free. If you come and spend a couple hours with us, 100% free. We're going to schedule a face-to-face conversation with you. We'll do a video call, and we'll talk about your business. We'll break down. What I love is there's a lot of things that we'll do. We'll find out how you generate revenue. what you do to attract clients, what your team looks like today, what you'd like it to look like in the future. We'll break down what your 3 to 5 challenges are, confirm those, and then we'll work through creating a plan from going where you are today to the next level. So that's what you get, and all of that is 100% free. We believe if we help you have an epiphany like we did Cody, that you're going to enjoy working with us and maybe choose to hire us. If you decide to move forward and say, I need leverage in my life, I need help, I need an assistant, I need somebody that's going to be able to remove all the paperwork, or I'm going to need somebody who needs to do all my social media and marketing, I'm going to need somebody to help me prospect. Whatever the need is, right, from your challenges, that person is $17.47 a month. And this is a full-time employee. And they're dedicated to exactly what you need to do in your business to go from where you are today to the next level. $17.47 a month. So roughly we're a third of hiring a US employee. It's a third of the cost. And what's cool about this too is because of the Dodd-Frank and the 2018 disclosures, the SEC has given us a gift in terms of this is what all major companies are doing. Every major company out there is outsourcing a portion of their work to companies. And we all knew it, we just didn't, because when you call DirecTV, you know, like, hello, my name is whatever, and it drives us crazy, right? That's the biggest concern. Yeah, the telephone, right. And I want you guys to all know our people are different. The model that we've set up, I'm like you guys, I'm a business owner. I need professional people on the phones. I need real operators when it comes to marketing because I'm growing a multi-million-dollar business so one day I can sell it, so I can go on vacation and not worry about things. So what you've already, that preset idea of what outsourcing is, that's not us. We're a virtual professional company. We hire people who are experienced, meaning they have a proven track record. They're currently employed doing the job. So if they're a salesperson, all we're going to say is come be a salesperson for us. We're not going to try to build them into a salesperson. And then they have a proven education, means they have expertise, they have a certification, or they've gone through a training, or they have a degree in the thing that we are giving to you. So that's a great question. Thank you so much.
How are they educated on our market and updated?
Yeah, the same way you would educate any new person in your office. So what's beautiful is if you need a marketing person, right? Let's just say you need a marketing person. You're the voice of your company, and our people would be the coordinator for you. So they would run the system to get that voice out there, but they wouldn't create the message, right? A good friend of mine has a bunch of our virtual assistants, runs a multi-million-dollar company, and I love the way he does it because he'll do a Facebook Live video out to his audience, and then his virtual professional will create an email around it, and then there'll be a little handout that he gives, and you'll see on Facebook that thing happen. On LinkedIn, he'll have a little write-up about it. It'll be emailed out to his database, and instead of a video format, it's a write-out where he has a call to action. So he's absolutely using a virtual professional exactly the way we prescribe people to do so. They're a support mechanism to your business. So you're the brains, you're the voice, and they're here to help you deliver. Does that make sense? Awesome. What other questions? This is so fun. Fun, right? That's good. Okay, guys, we're going to end early and let the next guy go. I appreciate all of your help. Again, last thing, Mod VP. Oh, you have another question? I'm going to be out in the hall. Website, MyOutDesk.com. Yeah, MyOutDesk.com. Again, it's ModVP 555-888. Appreciate all your time, guys. Thank you so much.